Hi, it's Sandy Parker, and welcome to Crafting for Almost Everyone. Before I start the project, I want to go over the Tim Holtz Stamp Platform. One of my viewers did a great job of reviewing it for me. I didn't buy one yet because I really don't need another one, but I wanted to make sure that I gave you a review from the perspective of someone who has a physical limitation. And my friend Shelley had a stroke, so her left side is not really fully functioning. And so this is what she said. She said, when I'm comparing the images between the Misti and the platform, the Tim Holtz platform, I found I was getting a crisper image with the platform with less effort than I was getting with the Misti. That's important because price-wise it is cheaper, so that's a great bonus for the Tim Holtz platform. The quality of the platform is superior in my opinion from the Misti. The construction is so that the ruler is made of a material that is embedded in this platform and will not peel or wear out with extended use, whereas the Misti has stickers for the ruler and mine is already curled and began lifting. I do know that you can get that part replaced because I had to have mine replaced, and they'll do that for free. You just have to mail it to them. The platform was a heavy metal on the hinge. The platform has heavy metal on the hinge, and the plastic is very hard and sturdy. The Misti also has small metal pins on the hinges, but not nearly as sturdy. As the platform is a heavier unit and thus sits very sturdy, but maybe present an issue for those that would be moving it around. When stamping with the Misti, more often than not, I had to press very hard, which is somewhat difficult for me, and it required me to stamp 2 times in most cases. When stamping with the platform, I only stamped 1 time in most cases, resulting in a very crisp image with no heavy pushing on my part. Just so you know, I have the same problem with the Misti with pushing on the lid, and sometimes I rub my foot across it. I don't recommend that, but I'm telling you that I do that too. The lid has some weight to it. It's not overly heavy to manage. However, when flipping the platform lid, this may present a problem with anyone who has a hard time with grip. Although I cannot grip firmly with my left hand, all I did was use more pressure with my wrist with my right arm, which is also weak, but it was not a problem for me. And she did weigh the whole unit for us, and it weighs 1 pound 15 ounces. So it is a weighty unit, though. That's the whole thing. Removing and replacing the lid is fairly easy as it clips in with ease, but again, the awkward movement and weight may present a small challenge to some. I basically work with one hand on full strength and a clear deficiency on my left hand, and was able to manage with no problem. The magnets are very strong, as is the magnetic system built into the platform. 2 magnets will suffice, and I didn't find the need for more. On the Misti, however, I do need the bar magnets to secure my work. I find that to be true as well with the Misti. With the Misti, there is a need to have the paper or the mouse pad to remove and replace the pad for rubber and clear stamps. The platform does not require any extra purchases. It cleans up in a breeze. The top grid on the platform is great. The only downside is there is no actual grid on the base, so I just use the 2 rulers up both sides and sometimes a ruler across the top. All sizes of paper fit with ease. There are pros and cons to both stamping platforms. At this point, I'm leaning toward liking the Tim Holtz platform over the Misti because of its ease to make a crisp, correct impression with one try in most cases, and no extras needed to be purchased. The Misti also has its place in the crafting world, but I feel that both are so different that in ways that I love owning both. The price that she paid was $33.99, and she thought that was an amazing price, and even more so once she received the unit. So that was my friend Shelley's Tim Holtz Stamp Platform comparison versus the Misti. My friend Barbara Harold did another review for me on her daughter Gracie Harold's Disney Bounding channel. So if you want to go over there, I'll put a link below, and she went into good detail on the stamp platform as well, and that was from someone who doesn't have a physical limitation. I wanted to make sure that all of my viewers would have someone that they could listen to or watch a video on that could explain the Tim Holtz unit in good detail. I really hope that was helpful to you, and with that, we're going to make ourselves a rabbit card. So today I'm going to show you some presents I've got in the mail, and this is the stamp set that my friend Linda gave me that we crafted together with my cousin Shelly. It's a bunny set, so I'm going to make a card with this today. Then I got this really cute card. I don't know if you can see this, but she popped up the little violets, and I'm a huge fan of violets, and I'm not sure if you knew that or not, but Judy, if you didn't know that, it's great that you found that out, because it was the flower of my sorority in college, and I love violets. I always have. And of course Peg stamps, and she used these dies that have the 6 circles, and that was a really smart way to use this with this foil paper. Really pretty. And then she put Wink of Stella on the violets. Really pretty, Judy. Thank you so much for this card. So nice. Then I got another, okay Nancy, this made me laugh. Nancy sent me this card, and it's obviously not homemade, and I got a laugh out of it because wait till you see what she does make. So Nancy sent me this. Thank you, Nancy. And then Nancy made this. I mean, I was like blown away. This is so wonderful, and so much work went into it. And then inside, this piece opens up again so that there are 3 pockets. I'm not sure if I did something wrong with this, Nancy, or not. It kind of is coming out. I don't know if it's supposed to or not, but look at the little the really cute little butterfly, and then she has this paper, the acetate has words on it, and that's really cool. And then inside has little pockets you can pull out. Alrighty, I could pull them out. Okay. You know, these things happen when you're on video. You can't do anything when other people are watching you. But anyway, these all come out, and they're just so pretty. Just such a beautiful little. I'm sorry, I keep messing with that one. It's such a beautiful little book. I just love it. Thank you so much, Nancy. And then, if that one wasn't enough, she sent me this one that says "Love It," and it has it's a easel card, and I haven't made an easel card on video, and I'm going to do that really soon. I'm turning it that way so you can see it in the camera better, because when you turn it the other way, when you turn it this way, you can't really see it. But isn't it pretty? I mean, I love these little. I'm not good with these little Prima flowers. I really am not. Mine always looked like I just glued something big and hard on things. I've never been able to make them look like this. I mean, these are just wonderful. Nice job. And then, because I had those glue problems where I had the Xyron glue pieces that were in a video, and Nancy said I need to use this, and she gave me an anti-static bag because if she's seen my homemade one, obviously everybody's seen my homemade one, and she thinks maybe this one will work better. And so thank you very much for those 2 presents. I will put those to good use, and I will put all of these cards into my keepsake box of all of my cards. When Linda and Shelly were here, Shelly mentioned a card that I'd gotten from Alicia that was an Alfred Hitchcock The Birds inspired card that I got at the very beginning of my channel, and Shelly remembered it, and so I got in my package of cards and I pulled them out, and it was there. It was. I have them all, so someday I might do a video of all of the cards I have from everyone, because they're so beautiful. And thank you everyone for such nice gifts. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. So let's make a card with Linda's stamp set. I had an idea of how to make something with this that would be kind of fun, and using my Aliexpress dies. You know, I keep buying these dies, and I know you keep thinking, is she ever going to use them? Yes, I am. And here is what I'm going to do with these today. I'm going to use the bunnies, and I'm going to I'm going to put a bunny like in these circles, and then I'm going to do a layer of pink and a layer of purple, and I'm going to see if, I don't know if the die will do this, but I'm going to see if the die, if it'll cut this if I move it a little bit, I'm trying to think of a way to do this. I want my paper to stick out more. So I think I'm going to try it. If I do it like this, we'll see if that works. And if it doesn't, it doesn't. But in the meantime, we gave it a try, right? Okay, so I've cut out my top page, and then I have a piece that I cut of the pink that I'm going to have to cut down, but I'm also doing this purple layer. And when I do the purple layer, I cut it to 5.5 inches high by 4.25 inches across. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay it so that it is lined up on the right side of the card, so that it's completely, you know, the top and the bottom and the right side are all lined up. I'm a little wonky here. There we go. And then I'm going to push it down so that we're sure everything is in place. And then I'm going to take my white pencil and I'm going to draw around this so I know where to put my cutting die. Like that. Okay? So then you're going to pull that out, and then you're going to put your two little circle dies right on top of those circles, like that. And I like to put my paper or my washi tape to the outside so that it ends up being on the part that's cut off, usually. And in this case, it doesn't matter, but just so you know, that's something I like to do, is making sure that I don't have it stuck if I can avoid it. You're not going to see any of this. This is just going to be where my circles are. Let me cut this out and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut out the holes in the purple and also, you know, obviously in the white, and then I'm going to line up the two so hopefully we don't have any boo-boos. I put some glue or some tape runner under this. Hopefully I can get it to line up. It's really going to struggle to get this thing to line up. I don't know why. These things just happen, I guess. If I have any of the purple that sticks out when I'm done, I think I'll just snip it off, but right now I'm just going to kind of go with the flow. And then I have this piece of pink that I'm going to butt up against that, like so. So we're just going to put that pink, we're going to just glue it so that it stays. If we can get it to stay, I want to get it on that. And then I'm going to just trim it off. Whatever is left over, I'll just trim off the edge. I know I put a lot of glue on there, but I don't know exactly where my end piece was going to lay. Oops, get off there. I just wanted to have a line of purple between my pink and my purple. So then I'm going to take that off there. Then I'm going to trim the whole card so that when we close it, we're not going to have any overlap. And I'm going to get that pink off there because that is problematic. So let me grab my paper trimmer, flip it over like this, and then we're going to make sure that my white edge is right up to the line. Hold everything down and then we'll trim it off. And that way everything is kind of lined up and secure, and then this piece is ready to go. Now we're ready for all of our cute stamping. I'm gonna take my X-Acto knife, which is right here, and hopefully I'll be able to easily just trim that off. Let me get a cutting mat. Okay, so we're just going to take our paper trimmer and I'm just going to cut out that little bit of purple in there that I don't want anybody to see. Hopefully I'll be able to do that. I don't want to get the white if I can avoid it. So we're ready to start our stamping, and I thought what I would do is I would use these colors. So I'm using Mementos, I'm using grape jelly and rosebud because I think they match my colors best. But what I do before I do any kind of stamping is I make sure by putting the colors in like that, and I'm putting my stamping on the white part and not on the pink and purple part, so I wanted to make sure that they do match. So that's what I did, and then those little circles come in handy for things like that. And then I'm going to put my rabbits in the centers here, and so I'll start with rabbits, and I'm going to use desert sand and espresso truffle for my rabbits. I'm going to stamp my rabbits first with the lighter color and then kind of go around the edges of it, and I'm going to try this again on one of my little circles. Oh, it's cute. Should I do it all brown, dark brown? Let's try it all brown. All dark brown, the espresso truffle. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with that instead. And I can always color in more if I want with the other one. Okay, so I'm going to just stamp it right in the center of my little holes. Oh, that looks like a little bit of spot. That's okay, because I'll just snip that off. If you have any edges, and I should have looked at that first, if you have any edges that need to be trimmed, that happens with red rubber stamps. You just need to make sure that before you stamp it the first time, you go around the edges where you think it might stamp those little lines and just trim them off. And then I'm going to stamp one more rabbit right in there. Okay, so my bunnies are done. Then we're going to start with our flowers. Those are our biggest stamps, and these all came from that stamp set of the rabbits. Wish I could find that box right there. It is. The name of this set is called Bunny Garden, and I'm not sure what, let me see if it says the names of these on the back. Nope, it doesn't say the names. But it is the Tiny Bunny Garden, so in case you're looking for it, that's what it is. I'm going to, instead of stamping that, I think I'm going to stamp grass first. I like doing that. This is a grass, 5 sprigs of grass is what it is. Can always fill in with some leaves. Okay, so that's all of those. The other thing that's nice about peg stamps is cleanup. When you want to make your own stamp cleaner, I showed how to do that in the last video I just did. So if you're looking for it, that's how you do it. And then I just keep my baby bibs right on hand and wipe my stamps on the baby bib as I go so that they're nice and clean. Now, this one is a really cool little sprig. I'm not sure what it's called, but it's from the bunny set. I found some wacky flowers and some flower towers and a square with dot patterns. I thought that was a flower. That's because I didn't have my glasses on. As usual, I think I'm going to go with the wacky flowers. And I didn't tell you the names of the leaves. They're called foliage leaves. And then the other thing I used, I think everything else was from the set of the rabbits. So now I'm going to go with the wacky flowers. Let's see how these come out. I think what I'm going to do now is fill around my 2 bunnies, and I think I'll use the wacky flowers in purple this time, because then we can cover up our little boo-boo we got going on. Now I think I'm going to put a sentiment right here. I'm going to put it in my pink paper. I think I'm just going to punch something out, and then it takes away from the busyness of it. Oh, and if you didn't notice this, this is my stamp holder. I just found this tray that has the shapes are stars. It works really good because it holds the peg stamps in place. I really recommend you get yourself one of those because it really makes it a lot easier to use. So I'm using the Hero Arts Friend set. I guess it's L351, and I use How Thoughtful You Are. I thought that was a nice one, and I'm going to stick this. I put it on raised dots, and I hope that's straight. Not very. That seems about it right there. And I'll just push that down so it's nice and straight. And we're going to grab our envelope and make us a quick and cute little envelope to go with this. Those, and then I'm going to do that sprig that was with the bunny set. I'll stick that right in those. And then a little bit of grass, I think, which is actually a fern. And then I think I'm going to put a bunny in there. Why not? I got a bunny, right? Right, there's my bunny. Didn't do a very good job of stamping him, but put another one on the front. There he is. And then we'll put a little flower beside him. Put some wacky flowers maybe. I decided I want to add this squiggle, and I'm using it in the espresso truffle so that it's the same color as the rabbit. I'm just going to put it around. I just thought it needed more of the brown to bring the rabbit into the picture better. So there's our card. I hope you enjoyed this and that you give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And Linda, thank you so much for the bunny set. I really appreciate it. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.